In every testing tool, there are two ways you can use to make changes in the variation of your tests. Let's first create a new test in VWO, and we find ourselves here in the A/B testing section. So let's click Create. Let's choose a random hypothesis, and let's insert the URL where the test should run. And let's click Next. We now find ourselves in the visual editor. And the first method to make changes in your variation is in the editor itself. So if you want to change the copy of the button, we simply click on the button, click Edit Element, and change the text right here. And click Done. And there we go. Now this seems pretty easy and straightforward. However, when you make changes through the visual editor, all the testing tools in the market will write their own code. And in general, this is not the best of code. For very easy changes like this one, editing through the visual editor might work. But for larger tests with bigger changes, your code will likely not work on some browsers and screen sizes, therefore making your test less trustworthy. And this might also give your website visitors a very bad experience on your website. Because you could cause certain pages not to work. You could cause bugs and errors in your variation, and this will cost your organization a lot of money. So let's undo this. Now the second option to make changes in your variation is much safer. And that is done by implementing JavaScript and CSS. And every testing tool will have a JavaScript and CSS section, like here in VWO. We can implement JavaScript right here and CSS right here. So by writing your own code for the changes in the variations and implementing it right here, you can set up reliable A/B tests, which will work on all browsers and screen sizes and for all your website visitors. Therefore, you're much less likely to cause a bug or error, and therefore you will get much better and more reliable results from your A/B tests. Through this method, you can also implement reliable data tracking. So I highly advise you to always use this second method, no matter how small the change is, and never make changes through the visual editor. For the text in the button, the code might look something like this. And there we go. This works. Later on in this course, you will be able to write code like this, as well as much more complex pieces of code to make the changes you need for your A/B tests.